friend that I was at scout camp with, I called him up and he wasn't doing good. He was living in this really bad place, and he didn't have a good job, and he couldn't make enough money to leave town, and he didn't have a girlfriend, and he just was miserable. And so I was just thinking about that, and I was thinking about summer camp, and I remembered that little chant, and so I wrote a little song to it, put it to music, and I recorded it, and just sent him a version of it just to cheer him up. And then I made the mistake of playing it for some other friends of mine, and they said, "You have to put that on your album." And I said, "No, I can't do that." And so I got kind of talked into putting it on the album, and the album came out, and I'm not saying it had anything to do with it, but my friend suddenly started doing really good. He got a really good job in another town, and he met a woman, and he got married, and I don't think there's any connection, but anyhow.
Yes, there is.
But anyhow, this is for him, and
Can't go wrong with Hoss.
the show. Says, be careful what you write because you have to be able to sing it 30 years later sometime.
You sang it, baby.